Sit back, relax. You are about to watch a Peter Gregg video. Something warm, human, and wonderful happens when you watch Peter Gregg.
Here we are. Happy Friday. Who is here and who is not? Everybody is not here. Raise your hands. Raise your hands. Wait, everybody that's here, raise your hands. People that are not here are not going to be able to raise their hands. So welcome. It's Friday. Today is April 9th. Wow. Wasn't Christmas just a few days ago, and then New Year's, and then Valentine's Day, and then Easter, and now we're headed towards spring and summer? Bam, 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 just like that. How are you doing? How's everybody tonight? I watched actually quite a few of you guys and this week. Scott, you didn't put a video up. Thank God it's Friday. Hello, friends. Hi, Scotty. How are you doing, dude? Good to see you. Oh, let me check my mic. The mic is hot. I could see my levels. They're going boop, 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 every time I talk. So, Ray put up a video. I think you put up a video. Anyway, I remember watching you. I'll find out. We'll find out in a few minutes. Hi, Peter. Hi, everyone. I can't bring myself to sell any of my old cameras since they look good as a decoration on my shelf. Each of those cameras has a story, and they do. That's the title of the show tonight. Thank you, Ray, for coming right to the point. You know, that's one of my problems. That's something that Tom does really good. And David Osler. They get on point and they stay on point. I get on point and I go off point. Then I get back on point and I go off point. It's called rabbit trails. And I'm really, really good at rabbit trails. If I was going to start a YouTube channel today, I think I would call it Rabbit Trails. Peter Gregg's Rabbit Trails, or just Rabbit Trails. Doesn't need to be Peter Gregg because people don't know who I am. So, but I mean, just to stay on topic for me is like massively a problem, you know. If I was a school teacher, kids would love me. They wouldn't know what the heck, what's he talking about? I don't know. It's just fun listening to him, you know. So cool, refreshing South Florida water. So the title of the show tonight is, what camera do you want to put up for sale? What camera do you have that you want to put up for sale? Now, let's see how long I can actually stay on that topic. Not very long. My nose is itchy. So, speaking of David, he's next up. Hi, Peter. Nice to see you. David, I saw you testing out Ecamm Live. Welcome to the Ecamm Live side of things. It's an absolutely positively wonderful thing to use. And just for you, David, just for you, since I know I'm going to turn on the live demo mode, which means now everybody can see all my secrets. Shh, nobody tell. This is what my setup looks like. Now everybody can move. All these things are windows, and you can move them around. So the big one in the center with this big guy with the white hair, that guy. All right, that's my broadcast window. That's showing me what's going out the door, which reminds me, you're going to see me check to see if I'm actually in 4K. So I'm in the high quality mode. I don't even know what I'm in here. So let's go to stream. Yeah, I am in the right place. So 4K, see where my mouse is going round and round and round? 4K, which is 2160. I'm supposed to be at 30 frames per second. It's right here. It's grayed out, which means I can't change it. All right. And then use high quality video mode. So I am pumping out in 4K. Now you might not be able to get 4K because if you're like on an Apple tablet, you know, iPad or something like that, YouTube is not going to serve you 4K. They know to keep their bandwidth way down, so they look to see, YouTube looks to see what you're using. So if I was using a phone, which is this little guy here, if I don't drop things, they're going to send to me a feed in a lower setting, and that's just to save them moolah, okay, because bandwidth is money for them. All right, so The big window with the big guy flapping his hands around, that's Peter Gregg. You didn't know that? All right, now over to the right, all the way up at the top. I can move my mouse. This is to let me know I'm going out live with sound, okay? So the sound is the meter that I'm talking is what you're seeing going. I like to set it up to be in tapping the yellow. Now, because I'm using the ATM Mini along with other things. ATM Mini is not the center focus of this broadcast, but it is a part of it. So one of the things that it's doing is it's handling my microphone, which means I can use an equalizer, I can use a compressor, and I can use a limiter. So I can talk real soft, or I can go BAM! And it never hits the red up at the top. And that's the limiter that I have running. So I try to make my sound better than the other YouTube channels. Just because I'm a guy and we want to do stuff like that, okay? So that window is movable. Watch me move it around. See, this is the move. That's my levels. So I have it up at the top. Now all this stuff, like I said, is customizable. You don't like this one, you move all these things around. Now I have the comments right here, which the one I was looking at was David. So I put David up by clicking on his avatar. And when I click on David's avatar, you see, hi Peter, nice to see you. Okay. And then when this is all off, you won't see all of this. You're only going to see the big window. I'm just kind of giving you the chef's tour behind the scenes. All right. And then under my window, I have the 3 major windows that run this whole contraption. The first one is overlays, and that's things that you see up on the screen that says Sony A7S Mark III. That I made that, and I put that in there. And then above that, you'll see a countdown timer. I made that, and I put that in there. And I'll explain why in a second, okay? Then the next window over is sound sound effects. So if I click over here, moving my mouse, you could find where I am. If I click applause, you will hear the applause, but it is muted. So I have to unmute it. I have to go up to the top, unmute the sound effects, come back down here and click it again, and you can hear the sound effects. Okay. Now I'm supposed to have this set up so that unless the sound effects are actually running, it would go back into a muted mode, but I'm going to leave it open. And then the main control center is this window that I'm scrolling through right now. These are my cameras. So I have a folder named cameras. All right. And inside that folder is all my cameras. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cameras going on here. Okay. And it's the Sony. And then, okay, watch this. So this is the Sony. All right. So you're looking at the Sony. Now, the very same camera, I can duplicate it, which is what I did. And this one, I have it set so that it is zoomed. Well, how did you do that? You just made 2 cameras out of 1 camera. How did you do that, Peter? Well, I'm not going to tell you. For the low, low price of $19.95, don't do that to them, Peter. Okay, so no, seriously. I can come over here, and you will see this is the control station for the individual camera, meaning I can change the brightness, the colors. So I can't particularly read these numbers from here, but this is like a brightness slider, this is a temperature slider, a tint slider, a saturation slider, a gamma slider, and I even have my own little custom LUT that I have put in here. And what that LUT does, now they don't have an on and off for the LUT, which I wish they did. I can just erase the LUT, but then I'd have to come put it back in. So what the LUT does is it makes it look a little bit warmer, because at the beginning there's something that goes, something warm, human, and wonderful happens. Well, where's the warm part? So that's the warmer LUT. So I have that on at full strength. Okay, now there's one section here where I'm making my little roundabout with the mouse. You can find me. This is where I can turn the zoom on and off. Okay, so if I click it, I can turn, I have the camera locked. Okay, and I'll get into that in a second too. All right, so I have this one zoomed, but if I go over to the other Sony A7S, you'll see the zoom is not on. Okay, we see where I'm rotating? The zoom is blank. It's grayed out. If I go to the next camera, I have the zoom is on. That's how I made 2 cameras out of 1. I can actually make a third. If I wanted you to see the hair coming out of my nose, I can zoom all the way in, or I could start with a medium and I could have a wide angle look, or I could have a totally zoom, all with 1 camera. So basically, anybody that's looking to start a YouTube channel, okay, and you want to, instead of doing all of this in like Final Cut Pro or Adobe Premiere, and you want to do it live, because this will also record without going up to YouTube. So I could record all of this, then fix any mistakes, like if I go, well, I think I would want to edit that out, okay? So I would be talking, and I would edit out the cough, okay, or if I had to sneeze, okay? So I could also record, but I'm not recording, well, I am recording now technically, but it's going up to YouTube, okay? So I take my cameras, and I have the Nikon, I made 2 cameras, and out of the Olympus, I made 2 cameras. So out of 3 cameras, I have 6. So a guy that has 2 maybe low-priced cameras, maybe 2 A6100s from Sony, or if you have a 90D and an M50, whatever 2 cameras. It's not, I'm not going to be picking out the cameras. You could take each camera and make a minimum of 2 scenes out of each camera. Makes you look more professional. So if you want to take it up a notch, even more, you could take these cameras, okay, and look down here where my mouse is, all right, and I've made a sitting down camera folder. Same cameras, but I have them zoomed differently. So watch what happens to my face. Oh my God, it's a beautiful chest shot, because the cameras in this folder are designed for me to sit on my behind. So now this is the sitting cameras. So now all the cameras that I have zoomed specifically for this chair, okay, and that's one of the reasons I have up in the corner for my window what camera I'm on, so I could tell I'm not going to talk to you over there when you're really over there, okay? So I have that going on, and I'm sorry, let me turn the ZV-1 on, all right? So in the ZV-1, I have this folder. See the blue thing? That's a folder. You don't know what a folder is? A folder is where you put things in a folder, okay? So I have 3 sitting down cameras in this folder. Now, I have all these cameras, okay, with the black labels. See where it says Sony ZV-1 on the top? And now it says Sony A7S Mark III. See how they're black labels? Now, that is a clue for me and anybody that's really, really observant, because a lot of people are very observant. They watch what you do. I mean, if I pick my nose, they knew at this particular time segment, I picked my nose, okay? So I have that so it can be seen. I can make it invisible if I wanted to, but I have a countdown timer on all the cameras in this folder only, okay? And when it counts down to 0, it's going to go where you could set it to go to the next scene. So go to the next scene, in this particular case, is a camera. So it's going to rotate at that number of seconds. See above the label where it says Olympus EM1 Mark II? All right, it's got a second counter there. It's basically for me, but other people like to know what the heck's going on, okay? So I put it so that I could see it, and when I put my glasses on, I could see that it's going to be 26 seconds, 25 seconds now on this ZV-1, and then with no touch, no handshake, no what do you call that, that wonderful machine with the 15 buttons? Dang, I can't remember what it is. All right, so no, don't answer it in the comments, okay? Where you can push the buttons. I have it rotating automatically. Now, I can come out of this easily just by going up to the very first folder and picking any one of these cameras. So I'm going to pick the Nikon Z6 and click on it, okay? Now, this is not a sitting camera, so I have to remember to stand up. David, you got to remember when to stand and when to sit. All right, well, I use the sitting because after a couple of hours, I do get tired. I can feel my energy run down. Now, as a clue for me to be able to just glance at the screen, bam, I can see that the label up here is red. So the reason I have this one in red, this tells me this is a static camera. It is not designed to go in a rotation, okay? If it's black, okay, I'll switch it to a black one, okay? That tells me in an instant that I'm on a rotation folder. So all the cameras in this folder are going to rotate. So let's go back down to the bottom here. See, I have a folder called rotating cameras. This is just copies of the same cameras over and over, including my zoom. You can move them around, and you can apply a countdown timer. And you set your countdown timer so that it says go to the next scene. So what happens at the last scene? So if I go and I shouldn't interrupt on this, okay, I'm going to go over to the Nikon, and it's going to count down 20 some odd seconds. All right, so what happens when it says go to the next scene? Is it going to jump folders? What's it going to do? No, it's designed, I've had conversations with them, it's designed, it's going to go back to the first scene inside that folder. So I can have this rotating all night long, never have to push the button, to make it change the channel. Now I do get things confused because all these cameras are linked. So I might make a little correction on one and boom, I've made them on all the others at the same time. Okay, so that's usually good, except when I'm trying to correct the little label up here. So sometimes I make, this isn't the 50 millimeter, this is the 58. No, it's not, it's the 50, okay? But if I go to correct it, all right, it screws up my other ones. So just got to keep that in mind. I'm giving David and everybody that wants to see, my underwear drawer, what's going on in the underwear drawer, okay? So all the cameras are down here. So I have, okay, all of these. Now all the way at the end, okay, you can see that, let's go over to here. Okay, if I make this just a little bit wider, well, usually it shows you that this is, what is it, a Mac? Command 1 is going to go to that camera. Command 2 is going to go to the next camera. So it keeps them in order by having them in folders. So I never bother the first folder, and I never bother any of these folders. So when I want to do some fancier stuff, like I want an introduction, everything's inside of my introduction folder. I'm going round and round with the mouse so that you can see where I'm discussing. Okay, so this is my back room. Okay, so when I want to start the show, it's going to go over here. I'm going to going to mute my microphone. I forgot about that part. And it's going to start running the introduction, and then I have it set to go to the next scene. So if you look down there, it'll go from there to my introduction automatically.
Sit back, relax. You are about to watch a Peter Gregg video. Something warm, human, and wonderful.
Okay, I set it back so I don't mess it up for the next time. So I have an introduction folder, and it's designed to run the A7. It's designed to run the Nikon Z6. Look at where the mouse is. Don't look at my eyes. Look down here a little bit. Okay. Down here, it's going to run the Nikon Z6 and my introduction music, which is Christmas music. This is the Peter Gregg's Christmas room. Okay. After it runs, it's on a 2-minute cycle. It's going to automatically do my roll-in. Welcome to Peter Gregg, something warm, human, wonderful, da-da-da-da-da. And from there, it's going to settle in on the A7S Mark III. So that gives me a little breathing room after that happens to come in here and slide it and turn on the camera that I want to turn on. Okay? I have the same sequence happening for the end of show. I click on this camera here, which is the A7S Mark III. It's going to run whatever I have it set, probably 2 minutes. Then it's going to go to the outro, and I have the outro set with a button that when the outro is finished, it doesn't go to the next scene. When the outro is finished, if I do it now, it's going to take me off the air, okay? But when the outro is finished, it takes me off the air. So it'll run whatever my outro is. You have just watched the Peter Gregg video. blah, 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 blah. And when it closes, it automatically logs me off of YouTube and the show is over. So that is contained in this folder. And now the reason I use these folders is because, I don't know, maybe it's my age and I need to stop saying that crap. I get confused and get flustered. So the way to not get confused and get flustered is by organizing. So I've organized things in folders. So everything pertaining to the end of the show is in this folder called End of Show. Okay? And everything pertaining to the start of the show is in that folder. All right? And the rotating cameras are in a folder called Rotating Cameras. My sitting cameras are in a folder called Sitting Cameras. And then my standard cameras, like if I just decide I want to, manually change them or use that Stream Deck, that's the word I couldn't think of, Stream Deck, okay, I will go over here. So that's the 3 panels across the bottom, okay? And staying in this panel one more second, all right? These are odds and ends. So if I go to the main camera view, this is where in Ecamm I can invoke, where I'm going to in a little bit show you David Osler's actual video for tonight for a few seconds. I'm going to show you Mr. Camera Junkie's videos for a few seconds. I'm going to show you whoever that I want to show you. In other words, it's going to go to the Safari or Chrome. I forgot which one I have it set to. So I can get online with the web browser. And then I also have set up a tri-view. See down here? All right, so I have the 2 cameras where the Peter Gregg is facing the same way, means the cameras are on this side of my monitor. So I have a big monitor in the center of the room. Okay, to the one side of the monitor, I have actually 4. I have 4 cameras there. Okay, so the 2 major ones are the Olympus EM1 Mark II or the EM12. All right, the Nikon Z6, which would be the center Peter Gregg. Okay. And then on that side is the Sony A7S Mark III. Okay, so that's the major 3 cameras. I have more cameras connected. I have the ZV-1 and I have the GH4 for the hand camera. You guys have seen the hand camera, right? Now, if I wanted to switch to a quad view, you see the next one in this folder? This one, these are not in folders. These one at the bottom, okay? These are just loose. Okay, so I have one set up for quad view. So now this is putting all 4 cameras on one view without me having to fiddle-faddle and get all flustered, like how do I do this and how do I do that? So I have it set up like that. And if you follow my mouse, see the mouse around here? I go all the way to the end and you notice I have it locked. So this is the way this character named Peter Gregg doesn't come in and screw it up. It's locked. Okay. All right, so that's the 3 panes that I have down here, the 3 windows, okay, that I have down here. And the big one over here is where I could see, I have it large on purpose so that I could read it from here because I'm 10 feet away. All right, I'm not like sitting at a desk or right underneath the monitor. I'm 2, 4, 6, 8, I would say I'm 9 to 10 feet away. So I can't read the other ones very well, to be honest with you. Okay, so that's a view of the back room. Okay, so now I'm going to take this and I'm going to bring it back so you guys are on the full window. Okay, and now you no longer see any of the back room, but you're seeing only what I'm broadcasting out the door. So what's interesting about the 3 cameras, okay, is how each camera processes at a different speed. So watch this hand. I'm going to go up and down and watch which camera is taking longer to process. Can you tell? One of the cameras is taking the middle one, okay, the Nikon Z6. If I go up and down like this, 2 of them are processing and they happen to be the Olympus EM1. I'm going to get myself dizzy. All right, the Olympus EM1 Mark II and the Sony S3. Now, you could actually, if you wanted to, you could go into your own mental diagnosis mode and go, is it the cable? Is the length of the cable different? What's different? If you want to go through all that, you can, okay? I'm sorry, I'm entertaining myself. All right, so that's the different speeds when I have the tri-pane. Now I'm going to switch it back to the folder that says rotating cameras. I could tell because it's black. I could tell how long I'm going to be on this camera up here where the finger is right there, 25 seconds or so. Okay, and it's going to act like I have a director. It's going camera 2, punch, 3, 2, in, all right? So, camera 1, punch in, 3, 2, punch. All right, well, I don't have a guy. Maybe I can get David Osler to come sit at the desk and control this. Right, Dave? You want to come over? So this was for you, David, but I think some other people were also interested. So I want to show you how this applies to everyone, including you. All right? The way that we have learned to do things is you put an SD card. I don't have one handy. I have one over there in the camera. Now, what if you have two cameras? You put two SD cards, one in each camera. I have completely eliminated the SD cards when I'm in the studio. Now, I haven't made the studio to be mobile yet, but I can because this Mac Mini, which is what I'm running on right now, this Mac Mini M1, which is the new one, the silicon one, is actually small enough where I could bundle it with a couple of things and put like a band around it, like a bungee cord, or strap it or something, where it could be mobile, okay? But for in here, I don't use the SD cards anymore. That Mac Mini M1 serves as a master recording unit. So when I want to make a video, I will come in here, I will do the video, I can let the cameras change on their own. Or let's say I've got an R6 coming from B&H, which is what I've asked them to send me. I might want to stay on the R6 for a while to talk about it. So I would go, let's say this is the Nikon Z6. It would be, the R6 would be red in the upper corner, and I would stay on it, and I would do the walk of focus, where I walk back there, and I walk back up here, and stuff like that. And so there's reasons and there's times when I don't want the rotating cameras. But with the rotation of the cameras, it gives me a more professional look. Now all of this gets recorded to the hard drive, which means when I'm done, I could take this file, go into Final Cut Pro, and I can massage it any way I want. And the cuts are all in, and anything else that I wanted to drop is in. Or I can drop things in after. So let's say I took these pictures. This is a pretend, okay? I took these pictures, and in this first picture is David Osler, and he came over to visit, and here's us in the studio. And in the next one, Ray came to visit, and here's Ray. He came to visit. I forgot Ray is really tall compared to me. Okay. And I would use Final Cut Pro, and I would drop the images on top of the timeline. Okay. Because when I'm doing that in here, I wouldn't be, running the Wizard of Oz stage, okay, changing everything. So that's kind of like a background view, and it does a lot of interesting things. So I was thinking of you because I saw your video, David. I hope you do well. Feel free to write me and ask me questions, and if I can answer them, you know what? I will definitely answer them. All right, so that's, oh, by the way, David, thanks for coming in and saying hi. Norm is in the room, awake and bright and bushy-tailed. Merry Christmas, Peter. Good evening, Greggies around the world. How you doing, Norm? And here's Lewis. Lewis is a fellow content creator. So there, we've got quite a few of them in here. So hi, Lewis. How's my favorite Aiden in all of Florida? Good to see you. Thanks for coming in and saying hello. Stick around a while. Tom, I was on your show today, or yesterday. Not on it. I mean, I made a comment, and Tom put my comment up there. He said, this is a good topic as I'm purging my studio while watching. Good. There's no such thing as stealing. You like it? Take it. There's, we all look for ideas. Okay, so I was watching Tom and Heather. Heather is his lovely wife. You ought to marry the girl. She's such a lovely woman. What kind of a guy are you that you're that slow? Pop the question and marry the woman. Do it. No, Heather is his wife. I'm teasing. He's probably going like, huh? What's he talking about? He's not in class anymore, so, he's a little slower now. The kids keep him on his toes. So Tom has a channel, and his wife has a channel. So it's a household, and both of them are YouTube content creators. And they actually did a show yesterday together. And those shows are awesome because they're kind of like paying attention to each other, working off of each other, And most of the times, like there's a conversation coming on, and then bam, out of nowhere, Heather says exactly what's going on in my head. I mean, she is so spot on, okay? So many times that I have to laugh. Nothing against you, Tom. I'm just saying. She says, like, get out of my mind, Heather. What are you doing in there? So they do a great job when they're together, and I appreciated them. So I made some comments. I tried, just so you know, Tom, I tried to not influence, because like I said earlier, I don't know if you were watching, that I can get people off topics. I try to stay on topic when I made my comments. I got a little bit off topic there, but then I did try to bring it around to what your topic was. So if you want to see real professionals, now I'm not giving him a pat on the back for no reason, okay? Just because I love the guy, okay? So he is good. He is able to stay on topic. I don't know how he does it. And if he does get a little bit off, guess what? His wife brings him back on, because this was a live show, which it's easy to get off topic. They got a thing about, they wear shorts and they keep wanting to show you their legs. They got a camera underneath the table and they push the button. It's like, we've got sexy legs. No, I'm teasing. Tom is going like, oh no, don't say that. They call it the dog cam. They've got 2 or more dogs, okay? And the dogs go sleep under the table while they're, dogs usually want to be near you, right, Norm? Your dog wants to be near you. Norm, wake up. So, I'm teasing. He's got a camera under the table to show, the dog, but I don't know. It seems like a competition between Heather and Tom. It's like, who's got the sexiest legs? So then you got to cast your vote, and God forbid you don't vote for Heather, you're going to sleep in the doghouse with the dogs. How about that? That was a good one. I didn't even see that one coming. So thanks for being in here, Tom. Love you, dude. I hope you do super well. The name of his channel is Tom Buck, okay? And the name of Heather's channel is, I don't know. It's Heather Cares, or Heather, I don't know. But I'll get it for you. I'll put it in the description. Here's Randy. Randy, you saved my butt. My bread came out awesome with the little hat, the aluminum foil hat. It was amazing. It is perfect. So here's the deal. Randy, hi. First of all, Randy says, hello, Gregarians. Randy's a friend of mine, of course. You guys know, but everyone in here is a friend of mine. So I told Randy that I'm burning my buns. He says, well, get out of the sun and put some underwear on. I said, no. I said, when I put the bread in the oven, and I got like little buns and stuff, the top gets nice and brown, but the inside's not cooked. I said, so if I leave it, you're going to have raw bread inside, and I don't want the raw bread. But when I do leave it, the top of my buns get burnt to the point where I don't like it. It's not appealing. So he says, oh, you just put like a little aluminum foil hat after they get brown. So I did that, and I put a probe into the bread, and I cook it till the internal temperature is 195. And when it beeps that the internal temperature is 195, it'll raise to 200, because you want, when you're cooking bread, you want it to rise to 200 internally, okay? And I put the tin foil on the top, and when it beeped, I took it out, I put it on the counter. I just said, thank you, Lord. I did my cross, okay? I became Catholic for a second. And then the next morning, I cut the bread open, and it was perfect. Perfect. And the top had this brown, glowing, gorgeous. I could sell the bread. That's how good it looked. So thank you, Randy, for that tip. Randy did baking in his earlier years. So we were talking, and he says, here's how you handle that. So I did exactly what he said. So Lewis is saying hi to a whole bunch of people all at once. David is saying hi. I guess he's responding to Lewis. Lewis is Mr. Camera Junkie. So when I say Lewis, it's Mr. Camera Junkie is the same thing. So Ray is saying hello to Lewis. How you doing, Ray? I said hi to you, right? If I didn't, hi. How you doing, Ray? I love you, dude. Thank you for being in here. Friday night, and Ray is in the hot state, California. Well, I'm in the hot state too. Florida is pretty hot. And Norm is giving me hand signals. 3 cookies in 5 minutes. Meet you at the corner. Lewis is saying purge. Tom Buck, purge. Yes, we did. I've got cameras that I don't even know how to work. This is an E3. Does any of you people know what the heck an E3 is? It's a 4/3 camera. This is before there was micro 4/3. This is what Olympus was pushing with their 4/3. And then they created micro 4/3, and it's an open standard. So other camera companies have jumped in and used the same mount. So Randy is saying hello to all those people. He's even saying hi to me, unless there's another Peter in here. Tom and Peter, Norm, David, Ray, Ray. Oh, Ray, okay. I got confused there for a second. And Scott. Moving to Sony, just kidding. We're going to get on a little bit of a Sony topic a little bit later, Lewis, so don't go to bed yet. And the question, I'll give it to you in advance, is when you do use the SD cards and you're using video, this is a question I'm preparing Lewis with this, okay? When you put that SD card in the computer, it's really hard to find where the HELL, the files are, because it's not constructed normally. And some programs don't actually find the video files. Like sometimes Final Cut Pro will just not find the video files. Where if I put a Canon card in there or a Nikon card, Final Cut Pro, do you want to bring this in to your library? Yes or no? Doesn't do it for the Sony. So that's going to be my question. What's up with the Sony file system on the SD cards? Is there a way to fix it, or it's just the character, or you know, it's just part of what that camera is made out of? So I haven't asked that question yet, but I wanted to give you a heads up on what it was going to be. Tom says, I have a lot of boxes, bags, and babies. Oh, cables. And cables overflowing. Yes, you know, I've got like 3 paper boxes. You know, like the 8.5 by 11s, they come like double rows. I got 3 cartons of that with cables in them. And I keep saying, I'm going to have to organize it. HDMI cables, coaxial cables, power cables, and probably will wind up with 5 or 6 boxes. And one day, I will go through those cables and get everything organized. But it's not today. I can't do that. I don't know what you can't do, but I believe you. When Tom says you can't do it, you can't do it. Ray says, hi, Randy. Randall. I call him Randy. He said it's okay. Tom Buck, I see what you did there. You guys got something going on, or I'm just not paying attention. Norm says hello, everybody. David Osler says, yes, I'm loving Key Ecamm. That's excellent. I like that. It's my major tool. That's basically that's how I roll here, is with Ecamm. Always with the puns. Okay, so that's what he's talking about. Almost everyone here tonight is a wrench. How do we promote Scott and David? Well, Scott, how do you promote Scott? He doesn't put any videos up. He says he will. He keeps telling me that he will. Okay. Well, that means I tried to put everybody to be a mod. That's what the wrench is. So if anybody comes in here to screw up and start cussing and something, we got like 50 people. It's going to kill them. They're not going to leave alive. They're going to die on the way out the door. That's just the way it's going to be. But Ecamm has added a button for me where it's right here. So I could ban Norm just at that click of a switch. And Norm is gone. And then I can click again. And it says unbanned. So Norm, I just hit you in the gut. Now it's back. You should be working perfectly normal. So I got a ban button too now. Lewis, Mr. Camera Junkie, he says Ecamm is amazing. I am so hooked. It's usually there like a camera ahead of you. So if I find that I want to do spot metering, lo and behold, it's in my camera. So the only area that I could say Ecamm is actually weak on is in the audio. It doesn't give me any tools for audio, which is a shame. I get those tools from ATM Mini, which is sitting right there. So that's how I use the ATM Mini, and I don't have enough cameras or spots for the cameras, so I use the ATM Mini for 4 additional cameras, but those 4 additional cameras are going to be 1080 instead of 4K. Be careful on that ladder, Tom. Don't go up there so high. And don't fall on the dog if you fall. You can fall on your butt. There's probably plenty of cushion there. So, Lewis says it's amazing. Bob, hi Peter. I sold an A7 Mark III and an A7 R4 in the last 2 weeks. I still have an A7S III. But of course, why would you sell that one? And an A1. I had to thin the herd. I sold a couple of drones recently as well too. So that, see how I got off completely off topic. We went on to Ecamm. I got involved in Tom. I got involved in Raymond. I got involved in Lewis. And the topic of the night is, what camera are you going to put up for sale? You think Peter could keep a thing? You know, I have to watch Tom and take lessons and David on how to stay on track. So your package got shipped out, and I put a bunch of extra ones in there for you, so that you got everything. Is nothing else you got to buy. You got them all. I think on one of them I gave double for you too. Just so you know. Norm, Peter has to do it. No, Peter's not going to do it. I'm not selling stuff. I might, and you'd be surprised which one I might wind up selling. I haven't decided, so I'm not going to say. I don't want to tick anybody off. But it kind of looks like I'm going more to Sony and less to Nikon. But I got a lot of Nikon lenses. David says I was using Wirecast Pro, and they have a new, no, I better ask Tom. Tom was talking about it, where you can actually do changes, camera changes in that. Was that the Rodecaster or was it the Wirecast? I thought you were using Ecamm. I saw you do the test. Oh, you mean on the one you just did before this show? Okay, I didn't tune into that to see what you were using. But I did see the one where you were testing Ecamm, and it's kind of like, where's this button? Where's that button? Where's this button? So I was just assuming you were on Ecamm. I just got the ATM Mini Extreme yesterday. Yeah, that is something I need to look at a little bit more carefully to see what the heck is going on. I wish they would make that unit as a 4K unit. It's like they just stay with the 1080, and I can understand why. The closest thing they got is over $3,000 that does 4K. And that is why we are on Ecamm. It does 4K for recording in-house. It does 4K if I want to stream, which I am streaming in 4K, just to make me different. You don't really need 4K. Thank you for the 11 thumbs up. I appreciate it, guys. I just noticed it. I had that turned on. So thank you. I do want to say thanks for the thumbs up. And so I'm going to have to pay attention, Dave, to see how you're liking that Extreme. Kippy says, good morning, and everybody from Kuala Lumpur. He's in Malaysia. And he's got a beautiful family. He's got little girls. And you guys went out on a project. And you did a video. So another guy that did a video and put it up. So how you doing, Kip? Good to see you. Love you, dude. Thank you for coming in. Lewis is saying hello to Kippy. Here's Mark. My favorite Mark Faust in the whole world. Hello, Peter. Just a quick hello. doing a photo walk-in to Toowoomba, QLD today. So we'll be on the road for 2 hours now. But wanted to say hi to the Peter Gregg family. Thank you, Mark. Thank you for coming in and saying hello. Of course, you are super welcome. Not always welcome, but super welcome. That's the highest level of welcome. That means you can come in. If you bring your extra gear, we'll find a couch for you or something. If I ever build a house, it's going to have a big room with a lot of bunk beds so people can come and go, because I love company. I'm just one of those guys that loves company. So how many seconds we got left on the Z6? Come on, guys. You should be able to see that real quick. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. What's going to be next? What's going to be next? It's the Zoom version of the Nikon Z6. So this is what it looks like. Oh, I didn't even check my hair. Dang. Almost looks like I got a little bedhead going on here. Well, that's the way it is. What can I tell you? So Mark is saying thumbs up. Kip is saying hi, Lewis. Mark is saying hi, Kippy. Bob is saying I got my bounce cards. Oh, that was not too bad. Thank you very much. I appreciate the freebie. I knew I was one of your favorites. I knew you were one of my favorites. Let me put it this way. You're my favorite Bob Asbury in the whole wide world. I don't have a more favorite Bob Asbury. I forgot. Wait. I didn't sing last week because I decided not to sing for Good Friday, my own choice. So hello, Bob. How you doing, Bob? It's good to see you, Bob. And I see Kippy and Mark, and I see Mark and Lewis and David and Norm. Everyone's here with us on Friday night. We're having a good time, and I wanted to sing a little, so now I can. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Yeah, I did a blackout on myself last Friday, just for Easter, Good Friday. I wanted to do something, kind of like give something up for the Lord, my own religious little knick-knack, paddywhack, give a dog a bone thing. It was just something I chose, okay? So I forgot. I wanted to sing. So Kippy is saying hello to Mark, and Bob Asbury is saying hello, and Mark is saying hi to Lewis, and it's Joey. Joey. Whoa, where did I step into? Underwear drawer, Peter? Explain, please. No, I don't explain my underwear drawer publicly. Who in their right mind would do that? Okay. Now, I was showing the back room, and there's 3 drawers underneath. One is scenes, one is sound effects, and one is overlays. So I just called it, you're looking, let me show you what's in this underwear drawer, okay? Just, it's a Peter kind of thing where you just humor the guy. I mean, he's a little to begin with. So how you doing, Joe? Good to see you. Thanks for coming in. I am happy to see you here. Peter, the Ecamm master. I wouldn't go that far. Whenever someone does that, they're setting themselves up for trouble. It's like you become the answer guy, and I don't know all the answers. I've got to communicate with Glenn quite often. So, Joey, just so you know, what time is it? Is it 10:50 or 10:59? It's 10:50. Okay. I was explaining that I have all these folders, and I call them the underwear drawer. So David said, Peter, the Ecamm master. Well, perfect timing. Aaron here says hello. Hi, I hope you're doing swell. I'm doing swell, Aaron. Doing great, Aaron. It's so nice to see you back in here again. So now Aaron is another guy that knows Ecamm actually probably better than I do. He actually does, interviews. So Ecamm has a feature where I can send you a link David or Aaron or Lewis or whoever else, Ray, that has a camera set up, I can send you a link, and you open the link and it'll open up in Chrome. And it will feed me your camera. In other words, you got to be prepared. It will feed me your camera as if it was one of my other cameras. So I would set it up so it would be side by side, and it would look like I'm doing an interview. Okay, so you actually see on your computer when this happens a 480, but I get a 1080 feed. So it's one of the cleanest looking interviews that you can do. And Aaron does that quite often. He does it a lot. I have never done it. I've only done it backwards, where Aaron sent me a link and I got on his show and I tried to sing and stuff and he played the guitar, but there's like a synchronization. But we didn't do half bad. Okay, so he said that just sing and I'll play the guitar to you. Okay, that's how we resolved all the delays and stuff. So Aaron is a little bit ahead of me. And Charles is in the room. Greeting, Professor Peter Edge students. No, you're the teacher, Charles. You do the teaching. I'm going to sit in the back and I'm going to shoot spitwads. And I ain't going to no detention. But good to see you, Charles. You changed your avatar again. I am looking. Where's the little film that? I thought that was so colorful. He had like a little film loop around there. So Charles changed his avatar. And Aaron... Peter, on my last video, I got more. It's amore when the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie. That's amore. I didn't warm up to go low. Okay, so now, why you got more? I guess I will have to look and see. Was it because somebody was wearing clothes that's just going to induce more? Nothing you can do. If Ecamm was inducing more, I would want to know something about that, because it shouldn't. And that would be something that I would probably look into. But I would have to look at it because there's so many different possibilities, Aaron, that I'm not quite, and I'm not even sure, and I'm not saying anything negative, that it's the actual more that I would be looking for if you said more. So more is if you look at the back of an air conditioner that's in the wall and they got the fins and there's like these little color rainbows, or on my shirt or something. It's usually, for everybody, including Aaron, more is a frequency thing. Okay, so sometimes you could kill more, okay, when you see those color stripes on somebody's clothes or something, by doing that. And it'll be gone. Not always, but most of the time it would be gone. Just a change in the camera. The frequency is hitting perfectly where it can't resolve. So you have to change something, an f-stop. You have to change a position, high, low, left, right, to get out of that frequency that's producing that more. Okay? And that's your job, the person that's running the camera, to get out of that frequency. And if you stay there, it's like feedback with a microphone. If you don't move the mic, you don't make no change, that feedback is just going to grow and grow and grow. But many times you can go like that, or like that with the mic, or up here, or just move. Okay? And sometimes you can't get away from it. So think of the more kind of like in terms of feedback, Aaron. Okay? Sometimes you can get rid of the feedback, and sometimes you can't. And when you can't, you got to do something major to make it change. So if I remember, tomorrow I will go and look. So Lewis is saying hi to Aaron and Nixon. I have not seen Nixon. Did I bypass somebody? Let me give you a star so I can come back and find you. Let's go up, 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 up. Oh, I have not passed Nixon. There's no Nixon on my line. I know who he is. It'd be nice to see him. I haven't seen him. Maybe. Okay, so You got me confused there for a second, Lewis. Whoa, that's weird. What's weird? Am I live? Yes, I'm live. Here's Phil. Hi, Phil. How you doing? I am just arriving, but your live stream setup is really nice. Bravo. In answer to your title question, I'm selling my Fuji X-T3. That is a nice camera. I didn't keep it, but it's a very nice camera. If you're a shooter for still pictures, the X-T3 and the X-T4, ooh la la, how wonderful they are. Okay. If you're a video shooter, probably would get a little frustrated with the camera. So that doesn't mean, oh, Peter just said that the Fuji's a bad camera. I did not say that, okay? I would rather have, I think you said you have a Z50. I would rather have the Z50 over the X-T3 for video any day, any week, any hour, any minute, any second. So he's selling an X-T3. That's going to be good. If anybody wants to buy it from you, you can tell us where you're listing it on eBay or something like that. Aaron said he is watching in 4K, so I got my confirmation for the 4K that we are. Charles says, how much do you want for the X-T3? If you guys really want to connect up, you can't put links and stuff here. Go to, what is the name of my group? Peter Gregg Live Group. Peter Gregg Live Group. All of those words smashed into one. Peter Gregg Live Group. Peter Gregg Live Group. Peter Gregg Live Group on Facebook. Okay, look up all of those words together. You'll see my face. Now you'll see some ones that are not alive anymore that's got my thing. You need to go into what? 4 words. Peter Gregg Live Group. Click to sign up. And I know Charles is already a member there. So if you want to become a member, you guys can exchange all kinds of stuff. I don't censor that. All I ask is don't become an advertising agency for anything other than yourself. In other words, I don't like to see, other people's videos featured there with no comments about them. Like, I hated it, I loved it, it taught me something. Just to place it, I usually remove that because I'm not an advertising center for people that are not in our family. Okay. However, you can put links, you can quote each other, you can message each other, and if Charles wants to buy the X-T3 from Phil, you have at it, guys. I'm not in it. Aaron says, time for 8K, Peter. Wouldn't that be nice? Dun, da, 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 dun, 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 dun. Boom, 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 boom. That's a song, in case anybody's wondering what's he doing. Does it broadcast? I don't know if it live streams in 8K, but I think I know it does 6K because I've sent up 6K files. Woody, hi Woody, how you doing, buddy? I see your wife is sitting there. She looks so pretty. Your wife looks so nice, Woody. She really does. Tell her I said hi. And the grandkids. Apparently Woody knows Phil, and they're going to say hello to each other. Wait a minute. Woody. There goes Woody. And now Phil. How much KEH gives me selling it? And the 16 2.8, 18 to 55, and the 55 to 2. Boy, you're selling the whole batch. Golly gee whiz. So if Charles is interested, you should connect up with him because it's nice one of us to sell to one of us because we know what conditions the cameras are. Unless you're abusive with the cameras, then don't sell it. Don't sell it to the family. Sell it outside. So Phil says hello to Woody. Charles says, Phil, message me with the prices. I am 100% Fujifilm. Okay, so get a thing over to him, Phil. The guy's interested, or shoot him down, one way or the other, because now he's listening, he's watching. Purging. I'm hoarding. Yeah, most of us. That's what we're doing. Don't worry, Tom hoards too. Tom is just talking. He's not going to sell much. He's not going to sell anything. I'd like to see Tom add a different camera as his main camera. And the reason that I say that, Well, first, before you do anything like that, see if there's any settings, because I don't like how it loses focus on certain things. It'll go to the back and come back real quick, really, really quick. And at somebody at your level, that shouldn't be in your streams. And that's a Canon thing. I've had the 90D, it did it. I had the EM1, no, I had the EM6, not an M, E6 Mark II, it did it. I had the 1DX Mark III, and that sucker did it. I was stunned. It's like, what the hell? My 5D Mark IV did not do that. So why would it be there in the 1DX Mark III? It just didn't make any sense. It was not a senseful thing. Okay. So since those of you that are here that watched my showing you my back room, I am now going to go to a folder where it's got sitting cameras all prepared. They're zoomed, focused, and set up for here, even though it's the same exact camera. The same thing. It's just set up differently. Dum, dum. So where? Oh, Norm made a comment. I didn't even read it yet. It's a Peter Gregg masterclass. Something warm, something human, and something wonderful. I've explained it before, but since Norm is giving me the opportunity, I will explain it again. That comes from my grandfather when he had a business in New York. And then when my dad moved the family from New York to Miami and Dad opened his own business, Dad adopted, whatever the right word is, that saying, something warm, human, and wonderful, happens for his business, all right? And so I wanted to honor my grandfather and my dad, so I had a conversation with my dad one day back in 2007, 2000, maybe even earlier, and I adapted that for here. So people go like, what is that about? That's a little bit gay, or it's a little bit like feminine, or it's a little bit like, what does that mean? It's like, it's a lot honoring my grandfather and my dad. And I don't usually say much strong things, but people that don't like it, they can go and jump off a 12-foot pier into a bowl of oatmeal. Okay, it's gonna stay. It's on. My dad and my grandfather are both left to go to heaven. Okay, and that's where that saying comes from, and it will stay because it's my way of honor. You know how Carol Burnett does that? Okay, it's my way of honoring my dad and my grandfather. So that's the history there. I know I got serious there for a second, so we'll get silly. And Charles says, something warm, Canon, something human, Sony, and wonderful, Fuji. No. Olympus. I like my Oli. I like my Olympus EM1 Mark II, or the ZV-1. That's your something warm, human, and wonderful. So, Charles, no, behave. Randy, Peter, the way to fix the SD cards is to use Windows PC. No problem. It's an Apple problem. Well, if you got an Apple computer, it's a problem. Sly, you're in here early. An hour early they let you out. Happy Friday, Peter, and all the Peter-tarians. Peter-tarians. She's the only one that got it right. Hi, Sly. How are you doing? Yes, you guys are right. I am going to sing for the girl. She is just amazing. She's amazing for all of us, not just for me. So I'll start on this microphone and warm up my voice. Then I'll switch to the big long microphone and say hello, Sly. How you doing, Sly? Oh, you're here an hour early, but you're welcome anytime. Rain or shine, oh yes, hello, Sly. It's so good to see you tonight, Sly. Yeah, I hope you're feeling real good. That smile is there like it should be, shining on all of us now. How you doing, Sly? So glad to see you are here. You bring sunshiny rays to this broadcast already in this year. So hello, Sly, we love you. We love you here and anywhere you go. I'm making up a little bit 'cause I didn't sing last week, but that was just something I had to do. Oh, hello, Sly. You're looking swell, Sly. I can tell, Sly, you look so good and happy tonight. I hope you're blessed and happy and prosperous too. I hope you're healthy and all that great stuff's for you. Yes, hello, Sly. I say hello, Sly. Oh, hello, Sly. Sly Reader, you're our gal. All right, I had to make that one a little longer because I didn't sing for her last week and I felt bad, but I needed to stick to my guns. If I got to do something for God, that's not the place to screw up. You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? Otherwise, don't be sitting next to me unless you want to get hit by lightning or something. So, who was it that started all that? Oh, it was this person. What's her name? Sly Reader. Oh, when I sit down. That's the right button. Okay. So, hello. Happy Friday, Peter, and all the Petertarians. Hello, Sly. So happy to see you. So happy to see you. Intro, outro, take a little nap, and you get hit with the foghorn right in the back. No, I wouldn't do that to you. I wouldn't do that to you. No, 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 no. Wait. Do I have a foghorn here? Ooh, I do. Thank you, Norm. I forgot all about my foghorn. Norm is saying hello. Hello. Hello to Sly. I'm still singing, I guess. I thought I was finished, but I guess I'm not. Randy says, hello, Sly. You're early tonight, Sly. It's so good to see you in the room, Sly. Bum, 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 dun, 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 dun. I got the melody, but I don't remember where that's from. And Aaron says, hello, Sly. Hello, Sly. Boop. Hello, Sly. Sly. Well, he plays the guitar, so I'm improvising. It's an air guitar, all right? You don't play the guitar. I can play the air guitar. I have a challenge for all guitar players in this room. None of you are as good as a top of the world class bouzouki players. Now you could take that as a challenge. Look up and see what a bouzouki is, and then look up some of the top bouzouki players and look how they fly on that instrument. You know that little kid I like, Ichka? He doesn't even hold a candle to a top-notch bouzouki player. Those bouzouki players, I have a bouzouki. I used to play bouzouki. And no, I couldn't do that stuff you see on YouTube with the bouzouki players. Okay, Norm says, oh, shoot, bang, bang, shoot, woke me up, rolled me off the couch. Damn near broke my little Norm. What are you going to do if you didn't have your little Norm? It'd be a terrible world. You'd wake up and it would be dark every day. Charles says, I hear a song coming. I did the song already. It was for Sly. Lois says, hi, Sly. Sly says, hi, Norm. How you doing, Norm? I see you're still awake. Hi, Peter. Stop singing. Enough. I mean it. Stop singing. Sly says, hello. I see you're still awake. Hi, Randy. Is it storming in your area? We're getting pretty hard with a hit up here. Hi, Aaron. I watched part of your live stream. You sing beautiful. Oh, man. You haven't listened to Aaron? He does a concert. I think it's Sundays. Yep, it's Sunday afternoon. And he just sings through the whole show. The man just is amazing. I just put it on and it fills. The hills are alive with the sound of Aaron. Da da la da da. Sly's saying, hi, Lewis. Well, hello, Ray. How you doing? You are a ray of sunshine. You are a ray of hope. You are my Ray, our Ray. We all love you, Ray. Enough? Oh, even though I thought he's saying enough. Enough singing, Peter. Even though I almost never sell cameras, I did sell the Blackmagic Pocket camera 4K a year ago. Good move. Wrong camera. Good move. If I ever get a pocket cinema camera, it will be the FX3. Yeah, you said put that in your pocket. Hey, you kind of happy to see me there, boy? At least it's a full frame. Blackmagic is a Micro Four Thirds. I thought some of the Blackmagics were Super 35s. I'm probably wrong. I thought I was wrong once, but I was wrong. Oh my God, everybody's got my number. Everybody has my number. Well, Ray, you're all right. You've been around so long. Actually, I'm very grateful and honored that, where am I over there? Hi, Ray, how you doing? There you are. I was wondering where you were. Actually, I'm about a dozen comments too late on the song call. It's all right. Everybody seems to have had the same thought. I had it first because I did the singing. Dry, and it hit 100 degrees today. So he's answering Sly. My birthday is on Sunday. I'm turning even into an older fart. Oh, you should not have told me that. No. Happy birthday to you. Oh, happy birthday to you, Mr. President. Happy birthday. I'm looking for the birthday song. It's here somewhere. Happy birthday to you. I need tighter underwear. Oh, guess what? I didn't put the birthday song over on this computer. Somebody put it on my priority list to bring the birthday song from the 2017 iMac into this one. Okay, so for Randy, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Randy. Wonderful Randy. Happy birthday to you. How old are you, dear old fart? How old are you now, dear old fart? Happy birthday, dear Randy. Happy birthday to you. Randy, you're an awesome friend. Randy, you're an awesome guy. Oh, Randy, you're a wonderful human being. Happy birthday to you. Olimazi, everybody together now. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Randy, dear Randy. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you, Randy. Happy birthday to you, Randy. I'm singing in the wrong mic, Randy. But it don't matter. I think the sound is coming through. Randy's birthday. Wow. Now that's a special day. I might have to go live on Sunday just to sing happy birthday to Randy live. Even if it's for 15 minutes. Knowing me, 15 minutes will turn into an hour. But let's just say 15 minutes. So happy birthday, Randy. You know I love you. You're a great friend. We talk on the phone. We chit-chat. We text each other. Randy has become a solid, wonderful, fantastic old fart. I mean, a friend. I knew it was an F word. You started it. You said old fart. You are not an old fart. You know, when Randy goes to work, the younger guys ask him, and this is not a joke, the younger guys ask him to slow down because they can't keep up with Randy. And Randy's, in 2 years, he'll be able to get Social Security. So he's got 2 years before he gets new tires, okay? And that's the way that it's rolling over there for him. But thank you for letting me know, Randy. God forbid I forget your birthday. Oh, I will feel so bad. So happy birthday to Randy. Randy's the one that donated a full $3,000 plus computer to the Christmas room. Randy donated, you'll see the ZB1 in a second. Randy sent me the ZB1. Say, here, Peter, it's yours. Happy birthday. He sent me a ZB1. You want me to send it back to you for your birthday? I can't afford to send you a camera. So he's a wonderful guy. Oh, and he sent me 3 Sigma lenses and a case. The 30mm 1.4, the 16mm 1.4, the 56mm 1.4. You guys are feeling jealous now, huh? You wish you had a friend like Randy. But remember, this is not a competition. We all love each other. And that's the name of the game. We love each other. Oh, here's the ZB1. Okay, so this is here, compliments of Randy. He says, Peter, I'm donating this to the Christmas room. And by the way, we just had a month changeover for Patreon. Thank you for all the guys that are on Patreon. They did get charged, Randy. I checked. At least they gave me a deposit. And for the guys that are on the Patreon and that have sent me monthly, they're not large. They're small little tokens. They start at $3. That's 10 cents a day. That's a hint. Down below, there's a link to Patreon. Or if you say screw it with the Patreon route, there's a donation button, okay? There's my commercial. I've been told by Randy and other people, Peter, why don't you tell people they can donate? I keep forgetting. It's not like what I normally do. So I just did it. So Charles says, don't worry, Peter's average is 35 minutes to get to your post and read it. You might be exactly right. You might be exactly, word camera, exactly right. Randy's laughing. That means he's right. Charles has got it. He's got it. Happy birthday, Randy. Happy birthday, Randy. Happy birthday, Randy. Happy birthday, Randy. I'm saying happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. And Norm says, the only camera I have sold is the Nikon D7000. That never did focus properly. The adjustment function was a royal pain in the you-know-what, the bottom that I'm sitting on right now. That down there, yep. It traded it on the D7100. Focus is perfect with all Nikons. I'm sorry. I had the D7100. I was going to say I didn't have problems with it, but it was the D7100. Randy says, thank you, Lewis. Charles says, I hear a birthday song coming. I can tell. Charles says, I know there's a birthday song coming. Everybody put your hands out. I'm going to put an aspirin in everybody's hands. One aspirin for you, one. He's a doctor. That's where that joke comes from. Okay, so Sly, you were right, Charles. You were right. 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 Oh, I'm sorry. I had the repeat button on. Sly says, happy birthday, Randall. And getting older beats the alternative, right? Yes. Something about daisies. Me too, right after he sings to Sly. Boy, he really got into that song with Sly. Poor Sly. She's probably sitting there red as a beet. Charles says, Peter, can you sing happy birthday to Randall in Greek? You know, there is a version of the happy birthday song in Greek, and I can't remember it. Happy birthday to Jews. Happy birthday to Jews. Happy birthday, agapi mo, Randy. Kalo Christu na Randy. But that was Merry Christmas, not Happy Birthday. So I really ought to get that one down, because we might get a Greek guy in here and go like, can you sing it to me in Greek, please? Nobody loves me. And then I'm going to feel bad because I don't. Randy, it's a great day when you wake up. Sucks when you don't. I think there's a song in there somewhere. It's a great day when you wake up. It's a great day when you wake up. It sucks when you don't. It really sucks when you don't. So where is Mario? He comes in a more closer to 12, 11:30, 12 o'clock. But we'll see. He'll be in here. Or you can scan down. He might have commented already. Like Charles says, it takes me a half hour to get to everybody, which is really bad because, you know, unless you're really used to it, let's say you're a newcomer and you're just coming in for the first time. Oh, we got 12 thumbs up. Thank you, guys. And you're coming in just for the first time, then it's a little bit weird. You don't get to your comment for quite a while. I can't do anything to fix it that I know of. So Norm says, Randy, I have been an old fart for quite some time. Don't worry about getting older. You can't do anything about it. So just relax and try to remember what you forgot to do or how you did it. My dad used to say, what I used to do all night, now it takes me all night to do. Yeah. I was a kid and I would laugh, and I didn't even know why I was laughing. It just sounded funny. Norm, I'll be watching Grey's after this because I want to see how they replied to your comments this morning. Well, Norm puts in comments to knock them for a loop, so I find that kind of funny. Getting used to carrying a notebook and trying to remember to write things down. It's called an iPod. No, what do they call that? iPhone. And I still write it down on the kitchen counter, and they have something in there called Notes, and you can add a note, and if you go to Notes, if you're in the Apple and you go to Notes, you'll see where you can write. But along the bottom there, it's got some options that you can click on. So if you click on the word check, every time you add something like eggs and you go to the next line, it gives you a box to check so that when you actually do get the eggs, you tap on it and it takes it off of your list from the top and moves it to the bottom. It's really cool. I just have to train myself to use it. I'm not sure if I explained it that well, but it really is something very, very interesting. And it's very, very useful on top of it. So, Randy, the birthday boy, it's your birthday all weekend long. And get Foghorn to be waking up on the couch. Foghorned. Yes, and poor Norm, he's not going to have children anymore. I keep breaking his foghorn. Hair coloring works wonders as long as you have hair. I did. I put the hair coloring many years ago, 10, 12 years, and nobody liked it, so it stays white. W-H-I-T. Ba 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 ba. RN looks like M for some reason. They're kind of like the font is running into each other. It says Nikon, not Nixon. But we do have a Nixon, though. You do know that, right? And he comes in like once every 3 months, and his name is Nixon, like the old president. And I'm always happy to see him. So I thought maybe he commented, and I don't want to miss him because it's like once every 3 months. I don't have a shot at it every day, you know. Bzzz, I don't have a shot at it every day, you know. So I just edited that part out. Randy, they avoided most of my comments except the reasons to choose Nikon. For the passion of photography, the extent of the system and the excellence of the optics and the accessories. You know why that'll happen, Norm? Is live streams, if I were to do a live stream like this on my main channel, I would lose subscribers because I wouldn't stay on topic, and that causes people to unsubscribe. So I am thinking of doing a live stream on my big channel, and I am going to have to ignore all of the people like you guys that say hello and stay to whatever topic that I choose. Otherwise, they don't want me to eat up their time. They can't just sit there and watch me. People have things to do. So this is like our Friday night poker club. We get together, Scotty brings in some kind of treats like chocolate covered donuts or something to that effect, and you know, and we talk and talk and talk, and I get off topic. But over there I have to stay on topic. So if I do have a live stream on the big channel, I will stay on topic. I will try as hard as I can, which means I would be not mentioning a lot of the comments. So I'm just letting you know that's why that happens. Lewis says, Peter, it was about the Nikon lagging behind the other cameras. Oh, okay. Now I got it. Ding! It clicked on. These days and nights, the foghorn is about the only excitement I get each week. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm so sorry. Norm, I think you know more than they do. Oh, without question. But the lady, nothing against the lady, wants to seem smart, so she doesn't want to be shown up by one of the commenters. So this is the safest thing to do is to stay on topic, because that is when you are, you know, your research is done. Norm, oh, this is Randy talking. I think you know more than they do. They did like your first comment of your passion for Nikon. And Randall, they read photo news magazines, but they won't mention it online because they have their own magazine. They sell it. We give photo news away for free. The ads pay for the freebies. So it's photonews.ca, if I'm remembering. Norm is training me little by little. So Norm has a free newsletter that you can go and watch. Read. You don't watch it, you read it. It's at photonews.ca, because Norman is in Canada. He's not in the United States. He's in Canada. So you've got to go to his photonews.ca, and I will mention it, even though I have a magazine that I sell also. Where is it? I don't know. I lost it. Tom, the R definitely can lose focus, especially if there's two of us in the stream. It's great for my regular videos, though. I'm not picking on you. I'm just going like, that doesn't seem right for a Tom Buck video. What is up with that? But see, what? I've got 13 people in here. No harm done, Tom. So you're still listening? You're cleaning up and still listening? I'm surprised. Peter, remove this under your PayPal link. Mac Mini 1 M1 got sent back. 4K live stream, Peter. Oh, is that sitting there? I'll have to fix that. I don't think I can fix it now. No, I don't have access to it right now. But I will fix that. Thank you, Randy. Randy covers all bases. Norm says, I scared the sheep sugar out of Becky and Constantine when I started talking about the... I can't even pronounce that word, just so you know. I know what it is. I can't say it. And when I do try to say it, I say something that sounds pretty close to a cuss word. So, yeah, you probably scared her. But if she said it correctly, she immediately said the word, which is better than what I can do. Okay? But, whatever. No, all right. It's getting confused. It's getting confused. Randy says, and Peter, but I agree. Aaron says, I love Apple. I bought 2 oranges this week at Publix when I went. Oh, it's a week ago now. I bought all organic stuff. I made a video. I'll put it in for next week's thing because it's still in the camera. I wonder if I play back a video on the SV1 if it will play that back instead of the camera. The camera live feed. Very interesting. Something warm, human, and wonderful sounds like a freshly baked gingerbread man. That's not about. Maybe if I ever make bread to sell it, it'll be something warm, human, and wonderful. Randy, Scott Rogers, are you doing any weddings shortly? And here's my big buddy Lewis, Peter Gregg gang checking in. How are you doing, Lewis? I love you, dude. Good to see you. You got any birthdays going on there? I mentioned to sing happy birthday. I did already for Randy. So Norm is saying hello, Lewis. Charles is saying me too. I love apples. I do too. I prefer the oranges. I have an orange juice squeezer. Norm, hello, and Sly. How's the video coming along? Yes. Well, you try to put your foot in it. Stop talking about your video until you get it up there. Bob says the term that you harmed, that you hummed, could not identify was happy together by the Turtles. Bum, 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 hummed. Okay, he was saying hummed. Bum, 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 bum. Imagine me and you, I do. Da 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 da. Me and I, it's only right. The only one for me is you. Da 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 da. Happy together. I can't see me loving nobody but you. Is this a copyright thing? I don't give a shit at all because YouTube stinks all the way to heaven and it's not monetized, so I don't care. But I do love that song. It's only fair. I'm not sure, but I think that the 45 up here that I have hanging, the only 45 I have hanging up in my room is a Turtles song, and it is. It is. So let's see if you remember this one, Bob. Let me think how it goes. It's because I'm singing the other song, I can't remember that one. When I get to it, I'm just gotta blurt it out. Sorry, that last message did not I got it. I meant to say that the tune you hummed that you couldn't identify was Happy Together by the Turtles. So what is the one? It's one of my favorite songs. It's hanging on the wall, and I have a mental blank. So give me a second. Nope, it won't come. The name of the song is Eleanor, and it's not Eleanor Rigby. And if I were to make a song today as a hit song, which is a terrible thing to call it, song that you would hope it would be Eleanor by the Turtles. That is probably one of my all-time favorite songs. So it's actually humiliating me that I can't remember how it goes. I appreciate the Ray of Sunshine and Ray of Hope songs, Peter. But you are, Ray. You're my ray of sunshine. You're my ray of hope. And I love you being here. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here, ray of sunshine. Thank you for your encouragement to me, ray of hope. I'm singing a song again. Why do I do that? Oh, it's Sly. She's here. Hi, Lewis. I'm about ready to sell the 90D as I can't figure out how to take video with it. The 80D doesn't seem to have any problems, but I'm thinking of going with a Sony. Sly, you know, I sell consultations, but all you got to do is connect up with me, talk to me on the phone, and I will help you all you want. All night, all day, Marianne. I know your name is not Marianne, but that means I'll help you, girl. I'll get you pumping out with the 90D. As a matter of fact, Ray, that was right before you, had a 90D. There's a few people in here that had a 90D. And I'm sure any of these guys would just pop in to help you. So if you need help, the offer is being made. That camera is not hard to work. So we'd be glad to give you a helping hand. Randy is a fellow in his prime. Yes, he is. If you ever spoke with him on the phone, he's sharper than a two-edged sword. We're going to be using your barbecue sauce on Sunday. Woo! I sent Randy one of the barbecue sauces. I told you about what happened, right? With Baby Back Maniac, that he accidentally sold some of my barbecue sauce, which I had no intentions of selling. Honest to God. So, but because I can't just ignore people when they're writing to me and asking me, what can I do to please get your barbecue sauce? And it's like, I had to figure something out. So I sent a whole bunch of them out. Everybody that bought one got theirs. And I sent one to Randy. And who else? Oh, I sent another one to Justin, Baby Back Maniac. Because the guy that he was collaborating with, his name is Kenneth, who also has a barbecue channel. And it's a good barbecue channel. And he does something like this. This is my interpretation. Oh, this is Justin talking. You have to try this barbecue sauce. Peter Gregg sent it to me, as a gift because whatever. So he says you have to try it. So he takes a spoon and he puts it on the cutting board so that they can dip in their whatever they just smoked. They smoked some ribs or something. I forgot what they smoked. Brisket or something. So yeah, it was brisket. So. And then he dropped a little bit. He goes, oh, no. He says, that stuff is like gold. So Kenneth looks at him like, we're a barbecue channel. What you talking about? So Kenneth dips it into the Peter Gregg, the St. Peter's barbecue sauce. Okay. And he goes to put it in his mouth and he's figuring, I'm thinking, the guy is thinking like, all right, I'll humor him. I'm on his channel talking to Justin. And he puts it in and he goes, oh my God, that is so good. It's like he stumbled over it, and that was worth $1 million right there. So I sent a bag for Kenneth to say thank you. So since I had these bags going over to Texas, I sent one over to Randy. So Aaron says, thank you, Sly. You're not gonna sing another song when I say her name. Sly, the 90 day should be easier than the 80 day. Yes, the 90D should be easier than the 80D. So I'm in agreement. Lewis, remember I lost 1/2 of Christmas and last week in the middle of an instructional video. It shut off for no reason. So you know what happened? It left a bad taste in your mouth. And now you don't want that camera. You don't like that camera. Are you in Texas? Justin might want to buy it. He's in, I don't remember where he's in. I know Randy's in the San Antonio. So let's just say he's in the Houston area. But I'm not trying to get him to buy it. He might not want it. I think he's moving over to the FX3. I talk so much about the FX3. My friend got it yesterday. Peter in Boston ordered an FX3 because I keep going FX3, FX3. What camera should I buy? FX3. What camera do you like? FX3. What camera do you think is the best camera? FX3. What camera do you think is probably the best camera you could buy today? FX3. What camera should I buy for my YouTube videos? FX3. What camera should I do to do videos of my kids? FX3. So Peter ordered one and it came in either this morning or yesterday morning. So he is like super, super, super happy. And he shot some pictures of the FX3. It's a nice looking camera. You know, they're not doing it justice, whatever pictures they're showing. The picture that Peter sent me was like, wow, I want one. Here's Mario. How you doing, Mario? I'm so happy that you're here. I hope you're here just to say hello and spend some time with us together. So Mario is saying hello to you all, and Sly is saying hello. Hello, Mario. We've been looking for you. Yeah, we did mention you before, Mario. In case you're wondering, somebody said, where's Mario? And I said, he'll be in a little bit. He'll be in a little bit, I'm sure. Randy's saying hello to Mario. Norman's saying hello to Mario. Mario is saying hello to everybody. He's got it right. Hi, Randy. Have a happy weekend. It's his birthday weekend. And here is my favorite, Eric. Totally top of the line, Eric. Hello, Peter and everybody. I just bought a leather, or feels like leather, gaming chair. It was a pain to assemble, 2-person job, but I managed to do it. I've been thinking, because there's nothing comfortable in here. And I don't even know where to start looking for these chairs, but it's like, I need a comfortable chair. I'm fine. Don't be shipping me chairs, okay? But it's like something I have thought of. So how you doing, Eric? I haven't talked to you or seen you in a week. Where you been? I made breakfast for you on Tuesday. I made dinner for you on Thursday. I made lunch for you on Wednesday. You didn't show up. Now I don't have anything for you to eat. So I'll have to just enjoy your company. So thanks for coming in, Eric, and saying hello, Mario. Hi, Norm, and all our friends. And Randy says, to tell the truth, Eric, did you have to take the chair apart once because of putting it back? Putting the back of the seat backwards? I did that today. What you talking about, Willis, wrong show. What you talking about, Willis? I took apart the pool cleaner because it broke, and I put it back together, and I turned around, and on the counter is sitting the motor cover. Oh crap, I have to take this apart all again and put the motor cover in there. So I called them and I figured this is going to cost me some money. And guess what? It's 3 months to go more in the warranty. So that was a blessing. So speaking of Scott, here he is. Speaking of using speed lights, do you have any suggestions about modifiers for flash? Did you use the ones that I sent you? I'm curious. I've been wanting to ask you because I think you got Metz's and stuff. So I want to know about that. Flash modifiers? Gee, I don't know, Scott. I think I actually sell 1 or 2 or 3, and it's the best ones that can be. It's like shooting someone up in a tree. And I took it out to show you guys. There it is. There it is. Okay, let me stand up from my sitting camera, but I'm not gonna change cameras. I'm just gonna grab the flash modifiers. Here they are. Here they are. Thank you, Lord. Okay, coming back down to my chair. Okay, sitting in the chair. Kissing. Oh no, that's somebody sitting in a tree. So these are flash modifiers. They're flash diffusers. They go on your flash unit, the external ones, not the one that pops up, but the flash unit that sits in the hot shoe. And it's designed to do something very special. And people get very, very intricate with them, but they're very simple item. Very, very simple. You put this on your flash, so your flash unit is down here, pretend it's my fist, and it'll flash, and the flash is now facing up, so it's going to go up and hit the ceiling, but it's also going to bounce off of here and go forward. So the single light becomes 2 lights. Bob Asbury just bought some. Any of you guys that are watching this that you buy it, tell me, because for you guys as a family, I'm going to give some extra stuff in there for you, okay? So they come in different sizes. Small, for when you want to be discreet and you don't want to be waving around the really big one. And then extra large, which is huge. Okay, this thing wraps around your flash with this Velcro belt. Okay, see the Velcro belt? And it's designed for the flash to sit in there and bounce and go forward and go to the ceiling and bounce and come down. So you got those 2 sizes and then the regular large one. Okay, so that's the 3 sizes. The small, the large, and the extra large. And the back of them are black, so it looks very professional because the camera is black down here, the flash unit is black up here, and then the back of this is black. So it's not sending light behind you. If there's people standing back there, you're going to blind them with that flash. Okay, like that Tupperware one that goes on the top that you see that's for sale. Very nice flash unit, but it flashes a 360. And any light that's going behind you can never participate in your light because it has to go where it's going, it has to hit, and it has to bounce back. Okay, and by that time you've lost so much light, it's really doing nothing for you. So why flash everybody in the eyes around you? This is the equivalent of what I used to use back in my film days when actually this one, when I used to use a 3x5 index card and a rubber band, and I would wrap that around my flash. Didn't look very professional, okay? So when I grew up, no, when I had my own channel and stuff, I created what's called a better bounce card. This is better than the index cards. They're very light. They're made out of polyfoam, not paper, so it doesn't add any weight. And there's another advantage. If you accidentally bump your flash unit into somebody's elbow or butt or something, look, it bends. So it's not going to snap off your hot shoe, which is one of the biggest problems that I had for years, was snapping any kind of a pressure or a tap or a bump, and I would snap my hot shoe, okay? And I used to keep hot shoes in stock so I could replace them myself. So that's what Scott was telling me to tell you all. And thank you, Scotty. Lewis, Sly, be honest with you, I've been going through stages of grief, 13 weeks since Coco left, but I'm feeling like I'm getting ready to come and post finally. It'll take some time. You got to work your way through it. The time is Coco dies, things are sad, and it stays like that, and then all of a sudden it goes way up here for no reason. And then it'll come back. And then you realize she's safe in the hands of Jesus, much safer than in your hands or any doctor's hands, and you start to move forward because she's having a good time. You're suffering, she's having a good time. But we love you and we're praying for you. I know I'm praying for you. So Scott says, Randy, I have retired from weddings. You finally got those tires? Good boy, I'm proud of you. And Sly, I was looking at Sony too. It seems so superior. I'm not going to say nothing. As soon as I say something, you go on this wild thing about what camera, and then you get all stressed out. And I'm not going to add stress to you. Best freestyle. Not when I have a flash diffuser for sale. Scotty, do church videos or live stream when your members get back together? Do church videos or live stream when your church... When they still live streaming because they're restricting in my particular church. Each church is different. In my particular church, they have asked me not to come to church to their glee. They probably prefer I wasn't there, okay? Because I'm a troublemaker. I'm a rebel. Yes, I believe in Jesus. No, I'm not afraid to say it. They don't like that in church. When you go to church, they don't want you saying, I believe in Jesus. Well, what the hey? Is this a Christian church or what? Well, no, we don't want you to walking around talking about Jesus every 2 minutes. Well, too bad, it's a Christian church. We have communion and everything. Well, we don't like you, Peter. Ah! So they're still live streaming and having live church. I think everything is kind of like that. Even the schools, you have the option of sending your kid to the school or letting him continue and be all by himself all day long, poor kids. And actually, they do school by Zoom. Explicit lyrics. Did I say something? Oh my gosh, Lewis, I hope not. Randy says, the sun will not shine anymore by the Walker Brothers. I can hear that in the back of my mind, but I can't sing it. The sun won't shine anymore. Da, 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 da. It's a sad song. I think I get the whiff of it, just the whiff. Peter, I sent you a Facebook message on Wednesday, but you never answered me. I'll check it. I haven't gone into Facebook in a while. I'm not happy with what Facebook is doing, so I don't hang out there like I used to. Randy, correction, the sun ain't gonna shine anymore. 1996. Yes. I have heard of the song. It just doesn't pop. Like my favorite song is not popping into my mind. Let me see if I can do it now. Oh. Nope. And boy, I could sing that song at the drop of a pin. I'm so disappointed in myself. Mario says, the Animals, the House of the Rising Sun. There is a house in New Orleans they call the rising sun. It's been of many a poor boy. Thank God that I'm not one. You can take the same melody and put the words of Amazing Grace to it. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. Mothers, please tell your children not to do what I have done, not to spend your lives in sin and misery in the house of the rising sun. I like that song too. Now, that song is in the public domain, but what's not in the public domain is the introduction. Bum 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 bum. I'm not singing it on purpose. You listen to the introduction, okay, that the Animals did. That is copyrighted. The song is not copyrighted. So you can't do the organ, the beginning of the organ or the guitar riff at the beginning. You have to go create your own, like ooh, ooh, ooh. There is a house, and it's in New Orleans, and it's called the Rising Sun. It's been the ruin of many a poor boy. Thank God that I'm not one. Mama she was a tailor. She sewed my new blue jeans. Papa was a gambling man down in New Orleans. Now, what I just sang is in the public domain. But if I do the dun 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 dun, that's not in the public domain. Just so you know. Not that it's interesting or anything. Sly, what are you going to do with your cameras? Lewis, FX3. That's what you should buy, Lewis. Lewis, you need to buy an FX3, buddy. Wow, those flash modifiers are sure groovy. They're on my website. Before Scott pushes me into it, petergregg.com. Look for the flash modifiers, the flash diffusers, and you can order them there. Thank you, Scotty. Lewis, knowing me, knowing you, I'll just put it in this case and put it in the closet. That's ABBA. Oh, you gotta do better than that. And wait, that's my favorite version of Amazing Grace, to the tune of the House of the Rising Sun. I like that too, to be honest with you. I saw 3 black guys. I want to say, maybe it wasn't 3, maybe it was 5. Is there 5 blind men? Or something like that? I got it from them. That's where I heard it, and I was like sitting at the edge of my 3 seats, and they did a great job. And ever since then, I sing that too. And I started figuring out how to put different words to different songs together. Lewis, can you please tell me why the FX3? Lewis, it's the best camera that you could buy right now. For YouTube video, for everything except for high megapixel pictures. It's the best camera you can buy. So I don't have to explain it. If you can afford $3,800, you buy the FX3, end of story. You don't have to think about an S3 like this camera. You don't have to think about a Canon. You don't have to think about any of the other Sonys. You don't have to think about Nikons. You just buy the best that there is, and now that you're going to not be able to lament what camera should I buy, because it'll actually be all over. You already have it. You can't get a better camera if you tried. Okay? Even if you got the FX6, it's not necessarily a better camera. It doesn't take any pictures. The FX3 does all the picture taking you want, and it does all the videoing you want, and it's got all the added things, the best of Sony. It's got that Cine thing, whatever it is, that's from Venice, Sony's Venice technology. So that's what you get. So what lens would you recommend? I can work towards the FX3. I believe the Tamron, the 17 to 28, where am I? Or the 28 to 70. So if you want to actually walk around and talk to the camera, you need the 17 to 28. It's $700. Okay, it's actually $800. It's $799. I bought mine for $680 or something, $679, brand new. I use something called Green Toe. You can look into that. So this goes from 17 millimeter wide. The lens is very light, and which is important when you're going to hold the camera, to have a light lens. And it zooms to 28 millimeters. So it's basically going to do everything for the wide at 2.8 for you, and give you very nice of the blurred background. So that would be the first lens. So buy the lens and have it sitting there. And every morning when you wake up from bed, and you stretch, you look up on your shelf and you can see your lens sitting there waiting for the camera. Okay, so 38 and 8 is 4,600. So if you have some money coming in, you could set a little of that money aside every week until you get to what you need to buy it, and then purchase it. And then but it's going to feel like I've been wondering what camera to buy for so long. I forgot. I don't know. I can't live without that feeling. Bop, bop, bop. I honestly thank you. Feels like it's truly worth the wait. Okay, it's the same camera as my S3, but it's in a video-ish configuration, and they've got, I don't know, it's just the top of the line, and it lights up. It's got lights with all the, it's just so cool. Forget it, it's just totally cool. Pop, 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 pop. Sly says the FX3 is also ridiculously expensive for someone just starting out. Lewis, the Olympus Peter is using, looks wonderful, and it is around $800 to $900. That is what I do for normal people. I would suggest the Olympus EM1 Mark II, not even their new one, Mark III. The Mark III is the same thing as the Mark II. They didn't add 60p. They didn't add anything except a joystick. Okay, same engine, same sensors, same amazing camera shake, whatever you call it, image stabilization, and it's the right thing. But Sly, you've got to remember, Lewis has got a specific personality. Okay, he's a guy, he's a boy. You have to understand that. All right, and he is shooting for having something really good in his hands, and he needs to know it's really good. Okay. So I need to tell him what's at the top of the list. So he knows he can be shooting for that all along. And then if he gets tired, there's steps to get there. Okay? And that's the way I have to suggest things for Lewis, because I need to suggest something that fits into his personality and his likes, and to make it pleasing for him. I want him to be happy. Okay? So for Lewis, it's important for him to know this camera is going to do whatever job I throw it at. If I'm going to sing, if I'm going to dance, if I'm going to sing inside the house, if I'm going to sing in the street, okay, it needs to cover everything that Lewis is going to do, okay? I have talked with Lewis on the phone a few times, so I know his personality. So I have to tell him what's at the top of the heap so that he doesn't go like, oh man, I didn't know about that one. So the top of the heap is the FX3. No ifs and or buts, in my humble opinion, okay? Now, if he chooses to settle on something else that will work very well for him, that's excellent. But he needs to know what's the best thing for me. And the best thing for him is the FX3. And most other people too. They should know, you should know, Sly, what's the best camera you could buy? It's the FX3, okay? Doesn't mean you're gonna buy it. I'm just saying. Because Lewis does this, Sly, okay? This is how he goes with the circles, all right? It's the same every time, all right? And because he's my friend, he's my buddy, I love him, I would hug him and all that kind of good stuff, all right? So we have to go through these circles, all right, for him to understand how to get to the very top of the mountain. So I have to show him the top of the mountain is the FX3. Lewis, the FX3 is the one that you want, okay? The A7S3, you're like 90% there. For $300 more, you get the FX3. It's that simple. So that's why not the S3. Or a 7C. A 7C is like the A6600, but full frame. Okay? Is it an FX3? No, it's not. There's some limitations in that camera. So that's why I'm telling you, Lewis, the FX3 is what you're going to shoot for. You know? What's the saying my dad used to say? Shoot for the stars. If you miss, you'll hit the moon. Okay? So, for Lewis and a lot of young guys, you've got to tell them the truth. You see, that's the problem, is we don't tell the kids the truth. So what's the best camera? Well, the best camera is the FX3. Now, can somebody argue with me? Yeah, you get a Canon guy, you think he's going to agree with me? Heck no, it's the R5. R5 is the best camera you can get. Okay, go buy an R5. All right? But for creativity and usefulness in your hand, solidness and stuff like that, it's no overheating. It's got a fan built in. Okay, so what other camera do you know that has a fan built in? Okay, the Panasonic S1H, which has a poor focus system. So the FX3 has no competition. Now, if you're sitting there and you're going like, I can't ever afford the FX3, Peter, what are you doing to me? You're knocking my dreams out. I didn't say it's the only camera you could buy. All right, it's the camera for Lewis to shoot for. He's not married. He lives at home. He has a job. He has a lot of talent. That boy has got a lot of talent. He's got more talent in his little fingers than I have in my whole body. Okay? So he looks at a camera a little bit different than the rest of the people. He wants to know that his talent is going to be captured properly. And so I understand that. And that's why I have him with an FX3. So for you, Sly, the Canon 90D would be the... No, I'm just teasing. Don't be shooting me. Okay? There's other cameras. For you, you have a different mindset. Okay? So each person... that's one of the best things. If you go to my YouTube channel, the big one, somebody posted the most iconic question. Do you recommend... what camera do you think I should buy? How can I answer that? Okay? So I didn't. But I'm tempted to answer him. The FX3. Just like, that should knock him out. He's probably not even aware that it exists, a $3,800 camera. But I mean, how unfair is that to ask me a question like, what camera do you think I should buy? Okay? At first I thought he was joking, because I make jokes like what camera to buy. But he wasn't. Okay? So, it's funny. Ha ha funny. Happy birthday to Randy from Kip. Sorry I was away and just now and he just heard it. So, yes. Happy birthday to Randy. Lewis said skip the A6600. Absolutely, without a question. Don't that is not on your... You cross that out. God forbid you buy the A6600. I'll spank you. You buy the A7C, which is the A6600 full frame. But don't stop there. work your way up to the FX3. So the 6600 is not on your list, okay? If you need a camera better than your phone, and your phone did very good, I saw that video with you singing and it was like really good. You guys go to Lewis's channel and go find that video where he's singing with a room with a white background and the camera is off to his side, okay? And listen to him singing the song. Excuse me. And if anybody has any questions, if the phones can do a good job, look up Nicholas Fair Ford. Like Fair, the World's Fair, and Ford, the company Ford. Nicholas Fair Ford. Okay? You're not going to find him all that interesting. He's very quiet, soft-spoken, laid back. And it's all about decorating pots of teas, tea cakes, and stuff, you know, those kind of things. And all of it is shot on his iPhone. He did some research, quote unquote, and came to the conclusion that the money needed to be spent for the lighting and paraphernalia and not the camera. So he bought like a gimbal type thing. He's got his phone on there and he's got a lighting set. And you know something? If I didn't tell it to you, you'd wonder what camera is he using? It looks kind of good. It's the iPhone 12. So thanks, Kippy, says Randy. Hot here, 100 degrees and hot, hot, hot. No spring or fall here, just winter for 2 weeks and then summer. By golly, Randy, it sounds just like Miami. Maybe I will come. Oh, I got, well, I'm not going to go there. I'm humbled by your belief in me. Thank you for inspiring me to be happy. It's been a blessing in a rough 13 weeks, but there is something to look forward to. Yes, when you get that FX3 in your hands, you're going to be what they call a happy boy. You're going to be a happy boy, okay? You might have to sacrifice to get there, but I believe that you can get there. And I'm sure, you know, that if anyone is going to put that camera really to good use, it's going to be you. There's hope, and I adore you. Life will bloom. Again, amen. Yes, and don't you go park yourself in a rut. You listening to me, young man? Don't park your mind in a rut. You know, this is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. So you're in the day. You've got a direct commandment from the Bible. The Lord made this day. Rejoice and be glad in it. Don't be sad in it. You can be sad for a few minutes. I'm not going to take that away from you. If you want to cry, go ahead and cry. But that needs to turn, and I'm talking from experience, because you could park there, and I don't want you to park there. Do not park your body, your mind, at the sad point. That's something that you pass, okay? Another scripture is, you walk through the valley of death. You don't camp out in the valley of death, okay? You walk through it. So you go through your sad points. If you've got to cry in the morning or at night, do it. Okay, but then you need to switch to the happy and the glad, because Coco is happy and glad all the time. There's no sad points. Even when she thinks of you, she doesn't get sad. You know why? She's waiting for you to come there. You know why you get sad? Because you're waiting to go. You won't see her until you get there. Okay, so I just don't want you parking yourself in any kind of a sad parking spot. Okay. That was for you, Lewis, just for you. So Ray says, I have both, the 6600 and the A7C. Here we go. I've gotten good results from both, and I carry both. Is that why you're limping onto one side? I use the 6600 as my in-studio talking head camera, and the A7C as my outdoor vlogging and photo camera. That's great, but if you only had one or the other, because he's not going to buy two, I would suggest the A7C over the 6600. You know why? Because that camera becomes a 6600 when you put one of these Sigma crop sensor lenses on there. Which one is this? This is the 56mm 1.4. If I put this, and I think I had this on the A7C, the camera automatically reverts to an A6600. It becomes a crop sensor camera. So you can get all the Sigma lenses you want, and they all work on the 7C as like natively, and it does a really good job. Sly says, how are the internal microphones on the Sonys? Since the flip screen flips up, it seems it would not be good to have the mic on top. That's a good point, honestly. If you're heavy into that, they make a bracket and you move the mic over to the side. And that's what I would do. The other alternative is just use the mic and buy something called a DR10 from Tascam. That clips on you, and the little transmitter that I have in my pocket, show it to you. It's being covered. Zip. Okay, so that's the transmitter. I'll show you the receiver. It's the same thing. Okay, so this is the receiver. Okay. I have a rubber band on it so it will hang from the tripod. Okay. There is no transmitter on the Tascam DR10. It actually records onto a little SD card, a mini one, in your pocket. And you just let Adobe Premiere sync it for you automatically. And it does it. And it'll sync many different clips, all at the same time. Tom, you still here? You still cleaning things? What time is it there? Oh, it's past your dinner now. I was going to say, I hope you get a little snack. Best wishes, Louis. We're thinking of you. Yes. Thank you, Tom. That was very kind of you to say that. That was really cool. Thank you, Tom. You're all right. I don't believe all that stuff I read about you. Ray says, Sly, internal mics on most cameras, including Sony, sound good to me. When I'm not in the studio, I don't use external mics because I don't believe they improve the sound quality that much. See, you've got hands-on feedback. Bum, bum. There we go. And Louis, thank you so much. Peter and Tom and everyone, I'm feeling the love. Let your love shine. Da 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 da. La 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 la. I'm messing that song up. Better stop. My challenge is I have so many Canon lenses, but it's something to work towards, and I love a challenge. If anyone can beat a challenge, it's you, young man. I've seen what you've gone through. You can do it. And you're right. Even with cancer, Coco was wagging her tail. Isn't it interesting how dogs are designed or programmed by God that I don't think they go into depression. I think it's extremely unusual for a dog to go into depression. They get sad, like when I used to correct Jingles. I could see he's sad, but as soon as he knew I was happy with him, he was happy again. And that's it. Randy says, I wanted to hear about the Sony a7 IV, but only the a7R3A and the a7R4A was announced. Bummer. I'm thinking of making a video. Now, you got to remember, when I make a video for the big channel, it's different when I talk to you here. Okay, I talk to you here because I know most of you. I know most of your levels of knowledge and stuff. But for the general public, I'm going to make a video, I think, saying the A7R3A and the A7R4A. Does this mean they ran out of juice? Now, is this the new wave that's coming to just correct the cameras? We got the Sony R5C. Okay, so you don't see the Sony. I'm sorry, the Canon R5C, not the Sony R5C. The Canon R5C. You got the Sony with two of their cameras having an A. Many, many years ago, you had the 1D Mark II, and then you had the 1D Mark II-N. So we might be going through a little period of time where, hey, 8K, they've reached their ceiling for a while. So we might be seeing these little incremental things. Some of them might actually name them as new cameras. Some of them might actually just put a little letter at the end, like the A7R3A and the A7R4A and the Canon R5C. So is this like a trend? So I'm thinking of making a video, and that'll be its topic. and that'll be something for people to think about. Have we reached for a while, we've never forever, but I mean, have we reached for a while all that they could squeeze out of these cameras? So now we're going to get these little bitty cameras coming in, you know. Ray goes, I agree, if I had to choose between the C and the 6600, I would choose the C, though I'm not a fan of cropping full frame sensors due to pixel density. 6600 gives all 24 megapixels on its crop sensor. And that is true. The actual pixel size will be fatter and juicier. When you squeeze it, more juice is going to come out. Okay, we are at the end, guys. We've been on 2 hours and 17 minutes. So we've had a wonderful Friday night. This brings us to the conclusion of our show. And I will see you next week. If you guys have a topic that you want to suggest for next week, I will try to stay on it like Tom can do. And if I don't, it's just the Peter Gregg thing. It's just the way it is. So I'm going to go down to my exit folder. I'm going to say goodbye. And if I could find my end show. And it's going to give you a couple of minutes of music. And then it's going to log us out, if I have it set up correctly. Love you all. Anybody that's here that is not a subscriber, please subscribe. I would appreciate it. And everybody else, have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Everybody celebrate Randy's birthday for this weekend. Let's not forget to see Lewis tomorrow night at 11:55. Let's check out Tom and Ray and anybody else that has put up new videos and all that kind of stuff. So thank you guys. I love each and every one of you. And good night.
You have just watched another Peter Gregg video. Something warm, human, and wonderful happens when you watch Peter Gregg. Thank you for watching.